One of the floors that's difficult to maintain in commercial buildings is grouted tile floors. Why are they difficult to maintain? Well, the grout tends to be found on tile floors, which is pretty much everywhere, but you also tend to find it in small spaces where you really can't get cleaning equipment into, such as small bathrooms, in partitions in bathrooms, under sinks. You find it in places that aren't easily cleaned. But the question still remains, what is grout? Grout we know is very difficult to clean, but what is it? Well, grout is a mixture of water, sand, and cement. It's actually put down after the tile's put down. They actually trowel down this mixture and it settles into the areas between the tile. Now, on the picture up on the screen, you see 1 inch by 1 inch grouted tile floors. And what that means is you typically have a lot of grout to clean. Today, you generally find bigger tiles, less grout, but it's still a challenge to clean. So why is it a challenge? Well, when you grout a floor, you end up with a natural valley. You end up with a low spot between tiles that water and detergent and soil naturally run to after cleaning. So if you're not recovering everything, grouted floors can be difficult, especially if you're mopping, because you're really not recovering much and you're leaving a lot of detergent, soil, and residue on the floor. Now, this valley and the residue that accumulates there can be just unsightly, but sometimes it can actually be dangerous because it can harbor a bacteria-laden biofilm. Now, if you take a look at this picture, we'll kind of see why there's a real challenge with grout. This is a picture of grout under a microscope. And when you look at grout under a microscope, you begin to see that one of the challenges we have is the grout is incredibly porous. So while you may clean the surface of the grout, sometimes part of the challenge is just getting things out of the porous areas of the grout. Take, for example, restrooms. Urine that gets onto grout in men's restrooms, when it dries, it leaves behind salts that cause odors. And so some of those things can be very difficult to deal with. So in the next segment, we're going to look at how do you deal with grouted floors? What do you do to clean, maintain them?